If you're over 65, there's nearly a 44% chance you'll be diagnosed with heart disease. And when that day comes, the routine is almost automatic. Prescriptions are written: beta blockers, ACE inhibitors, diuretics, statins, maybe even digoxin, a drug so powerful it requires regular blood tests to make sure it isn't harming you. 4 or 5 pills a day, doctor visits every few months, monitoring for the rest of your life. Because most of these drugs don't heal the heart. They manage it. But what if there was something gentler? Something that strengthened the heart slowly, over time, without toxicity, without constant blood tests, without creating dependence? For more than 2,000 years there was. In ancient Rome, the physician Dioscorides described a thorny tree whose flowers and berries calmed racing hearts and strengthened weak circulation. Centuries later, during China's Tang dynasty, healers documented the same plant for improving blood flow and restoring cardiac balance. 2 civilizations, no communication. The same discovery. By the 1600s, English herbalists were recommending it for dropsy, the swelling caused by heart failure. In the 1800s, European doctors prescribed it widely for angina and irregular heartbeat. An Irish physician named Dr. Green used it so successfully, he kept his formula secret for decades. When it was finally revealed after his death, the remedy was simple: a tincture of ripe hawthorn berries. The tree is called Crataegus, hawthorn. In spring, it blooms with white flowers. In autumn, it produces deep red berries. For centuries, it was known as the heart tree, and modern science eventually discovered why. Hawthorn contains flavonoids and oligomeric procyanidins, natural compounds that relax blood vessels, improve oxygen flow to the heart muscle, and act as antioxidants to protect heart tissue from damage. Unlike digitalis from foxglove, which has a dangerously narrow margin between helpful and toxic, hawthorn proved remarkably safe. Patients could take it for years. No severe toxicity, no constant blood monitoring. By 1896, hawthorn had entered American clinical practice. Doctors prescribed it for early heart failure and irregular heartbeat. Case reports showed improved stamina, less shortness of breath, and better quality of life. Then, in the 1930s, it disappeared from American medicine. Not because it failed, because it couldn't be patented. Between 1920 and 1950, the pharmaceutical industry transformed healthcare. Companies shifted toward synthetic, patentable drugs, molecules that could be owned, marketed, and sold at scale. Digoxin fit that model perfectly. It required supervision dose adjustments. Regular lab tests, hawthorn did not. You can't patent a tree used for 2,000 years. You can't require quarterly blood tests for a berry growing in a hedgerow. And slowly it vanished from textbooks. Europe, however, never fully abandoned it. In Germany, standardized hawthorn extract remains approved for heart conditions. It became one of the country's most prescribed herbal medicines, used alongside pharmaceuticals, not erased by them. In the 1980s and 1990s, clinical trials showed hawthorn improved exercise tolerance and heart function in patients with mild heart failure. A 2003 meta-analysis confirmed measurable benefits. Then, in 2009, a major American study called HERB-CHF tested hawthorn again. But there was a catch. Participants were already taking multiple powerful heart medications, beta blockers, ACE inhibitors, digoxin. Hawthorn was added on top of this aggressive drug combination. When it showed no dramatic additional improvement, headlines declared it ineffective. But that was never how it had traditionally been used. It would be like testing whether walking improves health by adding it to someone already sprinting on a treadmill at full speed and concluding walking does nothing. Context disappeared. The headline remained. Meanwhile, heart medications represent a multi-billion-dollar industry. They require lifelong prescriptions and monitoring. Hawthorn threatens no emergency care. It doesn't replace surgery or acute treatment, but it does offer something different: support, prevention, resilience built slowly over months rather than forced in hours. Hawthorn still grows wild across North America and Europe. Every spring, white blossoms open quietly. Every autumn, red berries ripen. The knowledge was never destroyed, it was simply overshadowed. This isn't about rejecting modern medicine. Emergency drugs save lives, advanced treatments matter. But history shows us something important. Sometimes effective, affordable remedies fade, not because they fail, but because they don't fit a profitable system. For 2,000 years, hawthorn strengthened hearts across cultures. Then within one generation, it was nearly forgotten in one part of the world. The tree still stands. The question is whether we remember what it offers before we need it. Welcome to What Nature Hid.